You won't see this coming. The tastiest croquettes are super easy to make.
Hi, well, I was going to ask you if you like croquettes, but I'll skip that because everyone likes them. I'm going to tell you my way of making them, so they're always delicious. Don't worry if they turn out a bit softer. It doesn't matter if it's my flour or whatever, they always turn out well and always taste great. Also, in the simplest way, no. Don't miss any detail to ensure your success today.
The first thing is to put a tablespoon of butter in a large pan and heat it over medium heat. Once you have it melted, add 3 heaping tablespoons of flour, about 50 grams or so. And we're going to cook it for a couple of minutes. That is, we'll keep stirring it until we get something like crumbs. Then we moisten it with 300 ml of milk, or about 1.5 cups. And you might say, but you added very little. Of course, that's the trick. You're going to add the milk, but little by little. From those 300 ml, you add just a splash. From that 1.5 cups, just a little splash. You mix so it comes together and repeat the process as many times as needed until it has absorbed all the milk. The thing is, you'll end up with a slightly pasty liquid, which thanks to heating it up, will turn into a kind of thick sauce, a kind of Béchamel. And when you add the last drops of milk, you add salt and freshly ground black pepper. How much? Well, as always, to taste however much you want. And you keep stirring. This last bit of milk will blend in, and as it heats up, look at the thick sauce we're getting. A thick and perfect cream. I'll give it a bit more time, maybe another minute, and that's it. If there's a small lump left, don't worry. You don't have to go crazy trying to make it smooth and perfect or use a blender, because as it cools, the texture evens out. So put this cream in a container where it fits well and add whatever filling you want. In my case, ham, Serenito ham, very, very finely chopped. Give it a few stirs so it mixes in while the mixture's still hot. And once you have it, set it aside and let it cool. Easy, right? Super easy.
You can see, I just added some ham. Really finely chopped. And that's one of the tricks. When you add the filling, in my case ham, which I think is the best option. Although, well, chicken is another classic.
Always
Very finely chopped. We want the flavor to blend, not leave chunks. So that detail, which isn't always taken into account, is fundamental.
But before cooling it, place a piece of plastic wrap or cling film directly on the surface of the cream, and then put it in the fridge or refrigerator for at least 20 minutes. If you want, you can leave it for longer without any problem. When it's time to cook, you'll need to take an egg and beat it. For these amounts, 1 egg will be more than enough. We take out the croquette dough and start shaping little croquettes. It's that easy. Let's remove the paper and I'll show you how I make them. Here, with no tricks or secrets, I'll show you every last detail. I take a portion, about a tablespoon, and with freshly washed and slightly damp hands, let's grab this dough. We roll it around with our fingers and start shaping them. That's how simple it is to form a little croquette. We pass it directly through the beaten egg so it gets even more moist. And once you have it well soaked, look, I'm gonna put it in the bowl where I have breadcrumbs. But I switch forks. I don't take the fork from the egg to the breadcrumbs, because if I did, all the breadcrumbs would stick to that fork, and it would be a bit of a mess. What I do is give the croquette a few turns, and then I calmly move it around, even with my hand, so it gets well coated with breadcrumbs. And then in a saucepan, we're going to fry. You could also use a frying pan with oil. As you saw, we put something wooden in the center to check if it's hot. Bubbles will appear if it is. And this on medium or medium-high heat. We're going to go strong with the hot oil, remember that. We put the croquettes in and wait for them to get golden brown. That's all there is to it. Easy, fast, straightforward, and no problems. But make sure to turn them over from time to time so they get evenly golden brown all over. Then all you have to do is take them out and place them on a plate with plenty of kitchen paper or absorbent paper to remove the excess oil.
Look, what an amazing appearance. some incredible croquettes that are super easy to make, and I'm sure you're already craving them. The question I have is whether to present them in the classic style, just served directly like your grandma would do, or to put them on a little plate so they look a bit more like what you get at a restaurant. Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't know which of the two
presentations.
I feel like doing more. Honestly, both of them bring back good, well, they mess with my head. So, instead of deciding, I hope you can help me and tell me if you're Team Grandma's plate or Team Modern plate. Tell me in the comments, and also tell me where you've eaten your best croquettes, the best ones of your life. I want to learn with you. And before I go, as always, I'll give you the list of ingredients and quantities so you can take notes, and it'll be even easier for you to make it at home. And if you want even more, YouTube tells me that this video here is going to amaze you. Take a look and then let me know what you think.